Climate change is a present reality, impacting our food supply. The signs are everywhere, from the parched and cracked earth to the melting glaciers and flooded farmlands. These extreme conditions are becoming more frequent and severe, posing a significant threat to our agricultural systems. Rising temperatures and erratic weather disrupt agricultural systems, jeopardizing our sustenance. Farmers are struggling to cope with these changes, working tirelessly in extreme heat and facing the devastation of drought-affected crops and fields battered by storms. The unpredictability of weather patterns makes it increasingly difficult to plan and sustain agricultural activities. Our ability to feed a growing population is at risk. Crowded markets with scarce food and empty supermarket shelves are becoming more common. Farmers are struggling with poor harvests, and food distribution centers are under immense pressure to meet the demand. The ripple effects of these challenges are felt across the globe, affecting food security and prices. Food shortages and increased global hunger are potential outcomes if we fail to act. People waiting in long lines for food, malnourished children, and global hunger protests highlight the urgency of the situation. Relief workers are doing their best to distribute food, but the scale of the problem is overwhelming. We must act decisively to mitigate climate change effects on agriculture. This requires traditional breeding, cutting-edge technologies, and sustainable practices. Scientists are working tirelessly in labs to develop resilient crop varieties, while farmers are adopting advanced technologies and sustainable practices like crop rotation to enhance productivity and reduce environmental impact. Our survival depends on adapting to a rapidly changing climate. Diverse crops growing in resilient farms, community gardens, greenhouses, and efficient irrigation systems are examples of how we can adapt. By embracing these solutions, we can ensure a stable food supply for future generations and protect our planet. Heat is the enemy of productivity in agriculture. As temperatures rise, the impact on crop yields becomes increasingly severe. Farmers around the world are witnessing firsthand the devastating effects of prolonged heat waves and unpredictable weather patterns. These conditions not only stress the plants, but also the farmers who rely on them for their livelihood. Rising global temperatures threaten our crops, undermining food supply. The heat causes soil moisture to evaporate more quickly, leading to drought conditions that make it difficult for crops to thrive. This results in a vicious cycle where less water availability further exacerbates the heat stress on plants. Farmers face lower yields, reduced crop quality, and increased uncertainty. The economic impact is profound, as lower yields mean less produce to sell, affecting both local markets and global food prices. Additionally, the quality of the crops that do survive is often compromised, leading to further financial strain. Plants have optimal temperature ranges. Exceeding these disrupts growth. When temperatures soar beyond these ranges, the physiological processes within the plants are hindered. This includes photosynthesis, which is crucial for plant growth and development. Photosynthesis becomes less efficient and nutrient transport falters. The plants struggle to convert sunlight into energy, and the movement of essential nutrients within the plant is disrupted. This leads to stunted growth and lower overall productivity. Different crops have varying heat tolerance, but all are at risk. Some crops may withstand higher temperatures better than others, but prolonged exposure to extreme heat can still cause significant damage. Farmers must adapt their practices to cope with these changes, often at great cost. As temperatures rise, even resilient crops may struggle, endangering food security. The future of agriculture depends on our ability to mitigate these effects and develop more heat-tolerant crop varieties. Without intervention, the stability of our food supply remains at risk. Farmers have long adapted crops through selective breeding. This practice shapes crops to thrive in specific environments. In the face of climate change, traditional breeding is crucial. By enhancing heat tolerance, we can develop resilient crop varieties. The tutti apple, developed to withstand high temperatures, exemplifies this. Traditional breeding offers sustainable solutions for global farmers. Modern technologies are vital in developing climate-resilient crops. Genetic modification and gene editing accelerate crop improvement. These techniques introduce traits like drought tolerance and pest resistance. Genetic engineering transfers specific genes across species. Gene editing, like CRISPR-Cas9, makes precise DNA changes. Examples include drought-resistant tomatoes and water-retentive strawberries. These advancements promise climate-resilient crops for a warming world. Indigenous knowledge offers invaluable insights into sustainable agriculture. These time-honored practices have been passed down through generations, embodying a deep understanding of local ecosystems and natural cycles. Traditional practices, like the Three Sisters method, promote biodiversity and soil fertility. This method involves planting corn, beans, and squash together, each crop supporting the others in a symbiotic relationship. Corn provides a structure for beans to climb, beans fix nitrogen in the soil, and squash spreads along the ground, reducing weeds and retaining moisture. This harmonious system showcases the brilliance of indigenous agricultural techniques. This system enhances soil fertility and water conservation. By mimicking natural ecosystems, these practices ensure long-term sustainability and resilience against environmental changes. Indigenous knowledge emphasizes a holistic approach to agriculture. It integrates the well-being of the environment, plants, animals, and humans, fostering a balanced and sustainable way of life. Recognizing interconnectedness and balance within ecosystems is crucial. Indigenous practices remind us that every element in nature is interdependent, and maintaining this balance is key to a thriving agricultural system. Combining indigenous wisdom with modern technologies can create a resilient food system. By respecting traditional knowledge and integrating it with scientific advancements, we can develop innovative solutions for sustainable agriculture.